Okay. Yesterday we did resolution of vectors. Today we'll continue with the same topic. Yesterday I told you whenever there is a vector, single vector, we can always break it into two components. And both the components will be perpendicular to each other. Suppose we are having a force like this. This is the force. This force is making some angle, will make some angle like this, theta. This force we can break into two components. One component will come at the origin, will break always from where it is starting, here, not at the tip but at the tail. Will break into two components. One component, this component I'll mark like this. This component value will come f cos theta, and another component will come like this. This value will come f sin theta. This component and this component will be perpendicular to each other, always perpendicular to each other. This is called horizontal component, this is called vertical component. That is, a single vector can be broken into horizontal and vertical components like this. That means this f is broken, this f no more exists. Now we have got two values here, one is here, one is here. If we combine these two, now we'll get answer f. If we add them by Pythagoras theorem, we'll get the answer f coming. Similarly, if I have another situation out here, suppose one force is like this, or any vector is like this. It is making some angle here. It is making some angle here, theta. We must break this f into two components. We can break it into two parts or two components, or we can break at the origin. From here it is starting, so here only we break. Like put over the O means origin here, and to two components. One component here, one component will come here like this. Horizontal and vertical. Horizontal and vertical component you must draw in such a way that the f lies in between them. Don't draw horizontal here, don't draw f vertical here, because f will not lie in between them in that case. Your vector which you are breaking into two components must lie in between horizontal and vertical component, must lie in between them. So this component value now will come f cos theta, the value of this component will come f sin theta. Similarly, I am having a velocity here. Now this is velocity vector here like this, and it is making some angle. Here it is making angle like this. This angle is theta. What we will do, we can break this into two components. Where are those two components? This is a single vector, but we can break it into two components. Where should we break? We should break here at this point, from where it is starting. From where it is starting. It is starting from here. Here is the origin. Not at the tip, but at the tail. Or here, starting point will break into components. So what this component value will come, this is V, I like here V cos theta. Another component will come here like this, V sin theta. Now, suppose I am having another situation like this. Here is a vector acceleration. Acceleration is a vector here. And we are having two angles. One angle, this angle is known, theta. What can we do? We can break this A into two components. Where should we break? At the origin here. One component here and one component will draw here like this. This is horizontal, this is vertical. The value of this component will come A cos theta, and the value of this component will come A sin theta. Hope you understood how we break into two components. Now, by chance, if the angle is not shown with the horizontal, but the angle is shown with the vertical line, with this line, then it will be just opposite. Whichever component makes the angle with the vector, that will come in cos form. This time the angle is here, so this will be in cos, this will become cos theta, and this will become sin theta. Just opposite. Wherever the angle is, if the angle is here, this will come in cos. then this will next another one will come in sine. And here is the angle, so this will come in cos and this will come in sine. Similarly, here also the change will take place if the angle theta is with the vertical here, theta. So this will come in cos form and this will come in sine. Here also, if the angle is here, so this will come in whichever side makes angles, that will come in cos form. That component will come in cos form. Other one will come in sine form. You understood what I said?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Whichever component makes the angle with the vectors, that will be always coming in the cos form, and the other component will come in sine form. And one component and another component will be always perpendicular to one another. Always 90-degree angle between this and this will be. Okay. Now, suppose a vector is like this. This is a force vector like this. What kind of vector is this? This is a horizontal vector. Can we break into components? Answer is no. Because the angle between them is 0 degree. There is no angle with the horizontal line, 0 degree. So we cannot break into components. In the rectangular coordinates is the x along the x-axis and along the y. Horizontal component is called along the x-axis. Vertical component is along the y-axis. We say we cannot break it into components. If anything is vertical like this is a force F. Can we break into components? Answer is no, because it is exactly vertical. We cannot break into components. But if it is slanted like this, force is like this, then we can break into components. If it is making some angle with the horizontal line here, then we can break into, rectangular components like this. Then this will be happening. Suppose here is the angle theta, then this will come F cos theta, and this will come F sin theta. Then we can break. This one we cannot break. This one we cannot break into components because this is purely horizontal. So its vertical component is 0. There is no vertical component. That means we cannot break. This is purely vertical. It will not have any horizontal component. Understood what I said? But we can break it into components, not along the x-axis, not along the y-axis, but we can still break. Or we can break, I'll just show. If question is there to break it into components, not necessarily in the horizontal direction, not necessarily in the vertical direction, then still we can break it like this. Here is the origin O, we can break. One component will come here, another component will come here like this. One component like this, one component will come here like this. Angle between these two components will be 90 degrees. So, suppose here is the angle theta, this will come in cos form, F cos theta, and this will come in sin theta. F cos theta, F sin theta. If we are forced to break, we can break. But these two components will not represent either x-axis or y-axis. These two components will not be in the coordinate axis, along the coordinate axis. Normally we break in terms of the coordinate axis, in terms of the x-axis and in the y-axis. And which one we can break into those coordinates? If the vector is making some angle like this, then we can break one component here, one component here. This is along the x-axis horizontal, this is vertical. But if it is already, if it is exactly horizontal or exactly vertical, normally we do not break. But in some situation, we may be forced to break, then we can still break into two components. Like this I showed. Here, how to break into two components? If we are forced to break into two components, how can we break it? We'll go over here, and one component will take it like this. Another component will take it like this. This component and this component will make 90-degree angle. So this component here is the angle theta, then this component value will come F cos theta, and this value will come F sin theta. If here is the angle, this will come in cos, this will come in sin. That means every vector we can break it into two components. But if we have to break it in, generally we break it in terms of the horizontal component, that means along the x-axis, and in terms of the y-axis, in terms of the vertical components along the y-axis. Generally, in most cases, we will be breaking a vector into rectangular coordinates. That means coordinate axis, x-axis and y-axis wise. If the situation is like this. If it is already horizontal, we will not break. If it is already vertical, we will not break. Hope you understood this point. Yes. Yeah. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. Now write a question. Now where we can use this component, resolution of this one. I'll show you that. Okay. Now write a question. Okay. Before that, I'll just tell you one thing. When we have in class 10, we used to do that. If we are having a force like this and the displacement like this, displacement vector like this, and angle between them is theta. What is the value of work done? If you remember, what is the formula of work? Work formula used to be Fs cos theta. Isn't it? In class 10, we used to use this formula. When there is an angle between force and displacement, the work done is measured by the formula Fs cos theta. Now you can find the reason why it is like that. What I will do, I'll break this F into two components. One component will be here, one component will be here. So what is the value of this component coming? This component value will come, this value will come here, this value will come S cos theta, displacement, this will come S sin theta. According to the definition of work says work is the product of force and the displacement in the direction of force. That's why we write here W is equal to F. What displacement is in the direction of force? What displacement in the direction of force? That is S cos theta. So I like S cos theta. This becomes the formula. Exact reason is this. This S we are breaking into two components, like this and like this. Which component is acting in the direction of force? The answer is S cos theta. So I like F multiplied by the component in the direction of the displacement in the direction of force. Which is S cos theta. The answer becomes S cos theta. Fs cos theta finally. Hope you got it. Now I am giving a question. Now just try. Okay. Right. Find the. Please write question. Find the net force. Find the net force. Find the net force acting at the point A, acting at the point O, take the point O, acting at the point O in the following diagram, at the point O in the following diagram. Here the diagram is given, so I give a diagram here. This is F is equal to, F1 is equal to 5 Newton. F2 is equal to 5 Newton, and we are having one over here. F3 is equal to 10 Newtons, and here is the angle given 60 degree, and here also the angle is given 60 degree. This is the diagram given, and here is the point O. Okay. Question is asking you find the total force or find the net force acting at the point O. There are three forces given, F1, F2 and F3 given. You have to find the total force at the point O. This is the question. Now see the answer. Are you ready for the answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. We look at the diagram and then we decide that which vector is breakable into components. Which of the vector is breakable into components? We see that. I say this F1 is inclined. It is not horizontal, neither vertical will break. This also will break, but this one we will not break. Why? Because this is purely vertical. Purely vertical thing, normally we will not break. So we are breaking this one. F1 I break now. One component will come here, another component will come here. Another component will come here. What is the value coming? This is 5, so I write directly here 5. This is the angle, so this will come in cos form, right? 5 cos 60 degree. This will come 5 sin 60 degree. Similarly, this F2 is also 5. This also I break here. One component will come here. Another component will coincide with this one. Another component will come in the same direction here. This will be coming 5 cos 60. This will come 5 sin 60. Now, we will see this component, we'll find the resultant. These two are in opposite direction. That means resultant of these two will come by subtraction method. We have to subtract. We like here force in the horizontal direction. You can write this F X. X means along the x-axis. Along the x-axis, along the horizontal. Fx. Force value in the direction of x-axis. That means horizontal direction. Fx value is coming. This minus this. I write this 5 cos 60 minus 5 cos 60. Why I subtract? Because they are in the opposite direction. When two vectors are in opposite direction, what is the formula of the resultant? You have to subtract. Bigger minus the smaller. If both of them are equal, we will subtract from any one of them to another one. That answer is coming 0. Now, Fy value will take off. We see these two of them are acting in the upward direction and this one is acting in the downward direction. I take the total of these two. 5 sin 60 plus 5 sin 60. They are in the same direction. We are supposed to add them. 5 plus 5 becomes 10 sin 60. The total answer in this case upward direction is coming 10 sin 60. 10 sin 60 value we can find using calculator. Please calculate the value of 10 sin 60 using calculator and tell me the answer. I'm sure this answer will come 8.67. That is 8.7 Newton. Total of these two is coming 8.7. Here I will write Fy equal to F in the y direction. F in the y direction will be, this is total value 8.7 up, 10 Newton is down. Which one is bigger? We'll do bigger minus, they are in the opposite direction again. 10 Newton is acting downward here, which is bigger than this. So we subtract 10 minus this. Bigger minus the smaller, 10 minus 8.7. And check the answer, how much is the answer coming? I'm sure the answer will come 1.3 Newton. In which direction does it come? It is coming in the downward direction. Here we can show the direction like this, downward, because this is bigger one. Bigger one is in the downward direction. Vertically downward, we show this. What
So
to do with
negative.
Fx and 8y? Yeah, you can write
So
negative y-axis. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You say something? It is coming like this now. The 10 minus 8.7, the bigger is 10. The direction of the bigger one will dominate. I'll show like this, the arrow downward here. Therefore, between Fx and Fy, what we have to do? Therefore, we write F means along the x-axis, Y means along the y-axis. Then total force value will be coming equal to F square is equal to, we can add here, Fx square plus Fy square. Again, we'll find the resultant of horizontal and vertical we will find. So, since Fx is 0, this is 0, then answer will come F square is equal to 0 square plus Fy square. 0 is nothing, so therefore F will be equal to Fy, and Fy value is how much? 1.3 Newton. What direction will show the direction here downward? Then what is the total force acting here at the point O? 1.3 Newton. In which direction? Vertically downward direction. Vertically downward. Yes. Tell me if you have any dots out here. Okay, I'll give another question. Just try. Write a question. Calculate calculate the net force. Calculate the net force acting at the point. Calculate the net force acting at the point O. Acting at the point O in the following diagram. Acting at the point O in the following diagram. Okay. So I'll give a diagram here like this. Okay. Here is the figure given. And you have to find the total force acting at the point O. Total force at the point O you have to find. Now let us find. Looking at the figure will decide which one is breakable into components. Out of the three forces, which one is breakable? Tell me.
So F1.
Which of the force will F1? Yes. Yes, very good, very good. We can break F1 only into components. We see F1 is not horizontal, not vertical. This is exactly horizontal, we will not break. This is exactly vertical, we will not break. But F1 is neither horizontal nor vertical. This one will break. Let us break. How to break? One component comes here, one component will be here. Like this, one here, one here. This component, here is the angle, so this component is coming in cos form. This will come here 10 sine 30. Sorry, 10 cos 30. Because here is the angle, 10 cos 30, this will come 10 sine 30. We'll take the value, 10 sine 30 value in calculator, you can check it's coming 5. And 10 cos 30 value is coming, 10 cos 30 value is root 3 by 2. Please check the answer, this will come 8.66 like that, so 8.7 I like after rounding off. They're very simple, we see 5 Newton, this is 5 Newton is acting up, 5 Newton is acting down. What is the resultant of these two? That is, first we can add Fy. Fy value is coming 5 minus 5. 5 minus 5, answer is 0. Fx, along the x-axis, what is the value coming? One is already there, 6 Newton, and one more is coming 8.7. We can add them. They are in the same direction that we are adding. 6 plus 8.7, the answer is coming 14.7 Newton. What direction? This is what direction here? Like this, no, the right side. So here we can mark the direction like this way. We can mark the arrow here on top. So therefore, what is the value of total force? Total force value will come, because one of the value is 0, then F value will come same as Fx. Because one of the value is 0. So then we'll add answer here 14.7 Newton. This is answer.
Sir, is the answer magnitude or vector?
If they ask you find the net force means magnitude value is 14.7 Newton and direction is which direction, like this, in this side direction. You have to mark the direction,
Right.
because these two are only in this direction. These two are destroying each other. This is the only value left over on the right side, in the right horizontal.
Yes, sir.
If this direction represents east, we shall write a due east. If the question says it is due direction of east, then we write a due east. Understand?
So,
Okay. Now I'll give one more question on this, and then we'll do the next topic. Okay, right? Calculate the net force. Calculate the net force. Calculate the net force acting at the point O. Calculate the net force acting at the point O in the following diagram. Acting at the point O in the following diagram. So here is a diagram given. That F1 is equal to 4 Newton. F2 is equal to 6 Newton. F3 is equal to 10 Newton. This is given 60 degrees. This is also given 60 degrees, both the sides. Here is the point O. You have to find the net force acting at the point O in this diagram. Let us work it out. Can you tell me which one we can break into components? Which of the
So
two
F2 and
of them we can break into components? Yeah.
F1 and
and very good, very good. Can we break F3 into components? Can we break F3 into components?
so we can, but we will not. We can, but
very
we will
good.
not.
That's a good answer. Very good, very good. You are very good. You understood the concept. F3 is purely vertical. We can break, but those components will not be in horizontal and vertical direction. So that's why we will not break. Okay. Let us break F1 into two components. One component comes here, one component will be here. What is the value coming here? Tell me. You can write the value directly F4, which is 60 degrees, write F4 cos 60. And this will come 4 sin 60. Same way, this is 6 Newton I'll break. One component here, one component here. Coinciding with this one. So this will come 6 cos 60. This will come 6 sin 60. The values are not equal. I'll take the value 4 cos 60 value will come 2 Newton. 6 cos 60 value will come 3 Newton. 2 Newton and 3 Newton. Here the value is coming 6 plus, they are in the same direction, 6 plus 4, 10 sin 60. This is coming 10 sin 60 total. 10 sin 60 value is coming 8.7 Newton. We see horizontal direction, horizontal way, one is like this, 2 Newton, one is like this. Then in opposite direction we have to subtract. I like here Fx. Fx will bigger minus the smaller we will do. Which is bigger here? Bigger is 3 Newton. I'll do 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2, the answer is 1 Newton. What direction does it come? Bigger is the direction the bigger one. I see this one is bigger. 3 Newton is bigger. So we'll keep the direction here like this. We'll keep the direction this way. Fx, but the direction is like this. Now we will do Fy. 8.7 Newton is up, 10 Newton is down. Again, they are in opposite direction overall. These two are added because of the same direction. The total answer comes 8.7, and here it is 10 Newton. 10 Newton is downward and 8.7 Newton is upward. Bigger is 10 Newton. I like 10 minus 8.7. The answer comes 1.3 Newton. Which direction will dominate? Downward or upward? We say downward direction will dominate. Very good. Very good. I'll draw the downward here like this way. Now, what do we have to do with the Fx and Fy? We'll be finding the resultant of these two. I mean the total of these two. We can draw a new diagram here. We can draw a new diagram here. Start with the origin O or the point O. This one is coming like this. Fx is like this. We'll show like this. Fx. Fy is downward here. I'll show here downward here. Fy. Resultant of these two will come here in between here like this. Or from here only you can continue. If you want, you can continue from here only. Or you can do like this. Any one of the methods you can use. Or we can continue Fx like this. This is downward. From here only you can continue here. Fy. And find the resultant like this. This is the resultant. Like this. Here is the resultant. You can do like this. Fx direction is this side. So I will mark this side. This is downward here. I will put it downward. Put the value now. Fx value is how much here? 1 Newton. Right here. 1 Newton. Fy value is how much? 1.3. So right over 1.3 Newton. Now I will find the resultant. This is F. Therefore, this angle between them is exactly 90 degrees. I will be using the formula F square is equal to Fx square plus Fy square. And now I'll find the answer now. F square, Fx value is 1. So right, 1 square, 1.3 square. Please use calculator and tell me the answer 1. This will come 1.69. F square value will come 2.69. Therefore, the value of F will come root of this. root of 2.69. Please tell me what is the answer coming here. 2.69 if you calculate. It will come 1.6 something. Please check and tell me. What is the answer?
64.
1.64.
1.64.
Yes, sir. 64.
Okay, 1 point. After rounding off the next number, what is the answer? 1.6, how much? Please share, no, come on. You must be having calculator. You should have
1.64.
Okay, 1.64 Newton. What direction of this F we have? What is the direction for the F? It doesn't act in any particular, neither in this side nor in that side. It is something different direction. So that time we'll find this angle. This angle we can mark as alpha or we can mark as theta here, theta. Now I find the angle also here for the direction. Therefore, I'll use tan theta. Tan theta value will come perpendicular by the base. Here is angle theta. This is opposite to that is perpendicular. 1.3 divided by 1. 1.3 divided by 1. Therefore, theta value will come tan inverse of 1.3. Please calculate the answer. Tan inverse 1.3 in calculator. Please calculate.
So
Tan inverse 1.3.
52.43.
What is the? Okay, 52.43. 43. In with which direction? With the direction of horizontal or with vertical? With which direction is coming? Horizontal. No, with this line. I didn't find the angle with the vertical. I found the angle with the horizontal. 52.43 degree with horizontal. We have to write with horizontal. With horizontal. If they show the mapping diagram, I mean south, east, west, north, and north, what direction will you call it in terms of that? If the mapping is like this way, if the mapping is this way, this is west, this is east, this is north, this is south, what direction will you call it? It is coming like this or this way. This is southwest. We can add here 52.43 degrees, SW, S-W, southwest. We can add that. Yes, any queries, any doubts? Please let me know, share with me. Okay. So the concept of resolution of vector is very, very important. That's why I did quite in details of this one, how we break and how we find the total resultant and all, because this thing will carry on your higher classes, even in the class 12 and college level and all, you will be required to break into components and all, and you see what are the values coming here and how do you find the total value resultant here. This is very important concept. Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Then next day, that is Monday, we will be doing the other topic we'll do. This chapter is quite long and quite lengthy. That's why I'm taking more time to do this one properly, so that your basic is clear. Then later on you will not have problems. Okay. Thank you.